right stadium this year. Summer Highlanders, SHS Hockey is not in home to the Methuen Raiders. Some of them go to insurance sportsmen are safe and suicide. Please, in honor and respect to certain athletes, coaches, officials, and players, they're the right team. That's what your part will ensure some athletic events are safe and positive. They will help you go to lead to these banned local sporting events. And now let's start off with Methuen Raiders. At number 12, Carter Dunn. At center, number 11, Dante Pearson. At left wing, number 6, Lucia. On defense, number 20, Elliot Terry. On defense, number 14, John Wolf. Then goal number 29, Elias Abdul. The Raiders are coached by Bill Watson. And now the start line for your summer Highlanders. Number 11, Brayden Hart. At center, number 6, Ben Carlos. At left wing, number 5, assistant captain, Pasquale Pedrino. On defense, number 12, Rick Peary. On defense, number 14, captain, Shane Jones. In goal, number 1, Colin Donovan. I have the coach for the first time. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise and raise and remove your hats as we honor America with the flag of our national anthem.
Hello and welcome to Somerville Highlander Hockey on Somerville Ed TV. I'm Todd Harmon, as my partner Tyler Orrego just arriving, caught in traffic, but he will be here momentarily. The Highlanders closing out their home season tonight against the Methuen Raiders. Raiders come in a top 10 team in Division 3. As they have a 12-4-1 record overall. They are the number 9 team in Division 3 as they tune up for their postseason run here tonight at the Vet against the 3-14, ranked number 51 in Division 3 Highlanders. It is the closing out of the home season tonight for the Highlanders. Methuen defeated these Highlanders earlier this season, 7-2 at Methuen. Hat trick in that game for Dylan Anderson, a young sophomore forward that we'll get to see play tonight. Elliot Perry, their strong defenseman for Methuen, number 20. Keep an eye out for him. He sets the table. He had 3 assists in that game. And we are underway from the Vet as the Highlanders control into the Methuen zone. Hart will send that around the net off the glass. Back to the point. That's where the captain, Shane Doe, gets it. He fires that one towards the net. Deflects off of a Ranger. Now Candelino in the corner, trying to get it to DiCarlo. DiCarlo unable to carry it away, and there's Elliot Perry as he will clear the zone. Methuen will work it further down as Tyler has arrived. Tyler, great to have you here. Big game tonight for the Highlanders as they close out their home season tonight at the Vet.
Good to be with you, Todd. Missed you on Monday. It was a really hard-fought game on Monday. The Highlanders battled it out again through three periods. One of their better and more consistent efforts defensively all season long in front of Colin Donovan, who turned in a really solid game. Just unfortunately could not find anything on the offensive side of things, but a really good sign to see late in the season, Todd, that this Highlanders team has just continued to fight and continued to battle while showing a lot of growth too at the same time. And final game here on home ice in this regular season slate, you want to go out with a W, and they've been able to get wins here on home ice. As
Costa got that one towards the net, Elias Nakul, the freshman for the Rangers, getting the start between the pipes. So they've got the young man in their game here against the Highlanders. Breaking in now against Donovan and puts it right over his glove hand is Colin Camus. As Camus breaks in, gets in behind that Highlander defense, and all of a sudden, just a minute 12 in, and the Highlanders are down 1-0.
Oh, it looked like things were starting off encouraging for the Highlanders. They were getting pucks in behind the defense. They were trying to play with it a little bit in the attacking zone. Hadn't really gotten anything towards goal, and then all of a sudden you get caught a bit asleep at the other end of things, and you don't pick up a man who gets in behind your own blue line, and that's a great shot. Colin Como, junior forward, back foot almost on the snap shot, and it just beats Donovan clean, high glove. That's just one of those cases, Todd, where the shooter beats the goaltender clean.
Now again, that one shot just wide by the Rangers as they get it mid-boards back to the point. That one played in. Once again, Donovan had to stick that one aside as well as that was brought in from the point. Now back to the point as they'll go to the far point now. Firing this one in. Comes off the back of a Ranger, and the Highlanders will be able to pick it up as Pasquale Candelino has speed into the zone. Drops it to Braden Hart. Hart from the circle fires that one in, and Nakul is able to get it sent aside. And once again, another break in against the Highlander defense as a backhanded attempt there by McLaren goes wide. Highlanders, good job getting back there defensively.
I got to be a little bit quicker there on those line changes as we take an icing here to take a whistle, slow things down, but got to be aware of your personnel, got to know who's coming on and who's coming off, and Rangers trying to, once again, stretch the ice. Good to have your head up in a hockey game, Todd, because you recognize things and you're able to identify things, and Methuen that time, once again, just trying to catch Somerville with some gaps defensively going back up the ice, knowing they've already capitalized once already early on in this game.
Highlanders able to get it out of the zone as Kyle Antonelli was able to carry it out. His pass in the neutral zone, though, stolen away by the Rangers. Sean Morris has it. As Morris fires that one down ice, Nestor is in against Donovan. As Nestor goes to the backhand, tries for the rebound attempt as well, and Donovan's able to stop that one as well. Two big stops there by Colin Donovan.
Huge saves, Colin Donovan, who's really showing some great poise early on in this game, responding to that goal. You know, you get beat clean early in a game. Nothing you can do there on a shot that was absolutely labeled by Como, but he's come back since with some strong saves. And again, the Highlanders get beat with a forward sprung up the ice. That opportunity, the toe save is great, but to make the recovery back over to his left. Two huge stops.
Huge stops there by Donovan, keeping the Highlanders down by only one goal as Candelino dancing into the zone. Gets checked on the mid-boards on the far side. Cleared out for a moment. Doe loses that one, picked up by Kevin Nestor. As Nestor spins in the corner, looks to center. That one blocked down, taken away by the Highlanders as Candelino will send it in. Nice job there by Reese Tierney as he got the start tonight for the Highlanders. Tierney here has to stand up defensively along the boards. He and Antonelli.
It was a close game on Monday night, Todd, and Reese Tierney played more and more in that game against Neshoba Tech. Further along it went. The Highlanders were down by 1, and it was after that point that I saw Tierney out there on the ice a lot more.
As that shot goes wide. Rangers, though, working around. The Highlanders trying to pick that one up.
He's earning his ice time here.
Look at Tierney right down there, is able to get it. Donovan pokes it away. Cleared out by the Highlanders as Kyle Antonelli clears it down ice. No icing. Highlanders go for the change. Antonelli picks it up on the forecheck there. Couldn't quite get that towards the net, though. Now out in neutral ice, Matt Costa there, trying to get to the puck. Goes into the Highlander end, but picked up there by Antonelli. Tried to get it out to Marco Lewis. Backhanded shovel back in towards the Highlander zone. Now right in front of us, Antonelli looks to get rid of it. However, the Rangers able to send it in. Elliot Perry will send it in. Cycled back around by Brian O'Connell for the Highlanders down into the near corner.
Wasn't looking there when he passed that puck.
Comes off the glass. That puck just popped right up, right onto the stick. Good opportunity there as Como tried to put that one in front of the net. That gets through clean to Donovan. He'll glove it and hold on as the shot came in from the point from Michael Urel. 10-10 remaining here in the first period. Highlanders down by 1. Good play in net so far by Colin Donovan. It could be a bit worse.
He's picked up where he's left off, coming back to Monday's performance, where he only allowed the 1 goal. Played just about as spotless of a game as he could have played, and didn't have much of a chance on the first goal here early tonight, just 1 minute and 12 in, but certainly has been much more settled in.
Braden Hart tried to send that one through the slot to clear it out. Picked up there and sent towards the net, but deflected wide.
Can't put yourself in those positions there.
As the Rangers now will cycle it down deeper.
It's a puck right up the middle of your own zone.
Comes out to the point. Michael Urel sends that one in. That one's deflected down. Urel will pick it back up. He'll cycle it down along the boards into the corner. Highlanders looking to pick it up as Shane Doe will grab it. Looking to clear, and Doe is able to clear up ice. Ben DiCarlo chasing it down, trying to avoid the icing. It's waved off as puck comes around. Braden Hart picks it up. Hart now looks to the mid-boards. Cycled down deeper by DiCarlo. DiCarlo, I should say, down deeper, and that's where he is behind the net. Pass comes out. Tierney, nice job there as he was able to get in the way of that pass, looking for McLaren. Now Hart looking to clear this one out. Got out a little bit ahead, picked up. Opportunity here as the forehand goes wide to the far side. Came off the stick of Herlin. Kumo will send that one back out in front of the Highlander net in the slot. Good check there by O'Connell, and Doe has it. Drops it to Candelino. Candelino shot goes wide to the far side. Live boards back behind, kicks it right back out. Antonelli chasing it in the corner. Now Herlin, he'll cycle it back for the Rangers as McLaren moves that one further up ice. Breaking into the zone, opportunity here from the far circle. Donovan with the stop has to put the glove over top of that rebound as it was bouncing right around in front of him.
Got to be mindful of those high forwards for Methuen. They're still trying to hang out around the blue line. Always seems to have been a forward that's been posted up well beyond the red line, trying to get those long passes stretched up the ice. And the Highlanders can't afford to allow for opportunities to break in and develop like that with odd man numbers.
As
penalty coming up here.
Penalty going to go.
I believe it's going to be on Methuen.
Yeah, it's going to be against the Rangers. Interference going to be the call. 8:02 remaining here in the first period. Highlanders will get the special teams out as they'll have the man advantage. Number 13, the young freshman Jonathan Muskis heads over to the box. The Highlanders will have the 2-minute man advantage.
Team takes an offensive zone penalty. You especially want to make them pay for it. And as we've talked about a lot this season, Todd, special teams for the Highlanders, it's been one of the areas of real encouragement for this team. The penalty kill has been really strong recently in this second half of the season, and the power play all year long has been a source of offense for them, a team that has continued here later on into this season, still looking for that source of offense consistently. Power play can be there for you. You've got to use it.
No doubt about that. Methuen able to win the faceoff and clear it down ice, so the Highlanders will have the full ice surface to attack. Scandalino gives that one off to Doe. Doe had to spin around to get it. He'll cycle it back as he's being harried back there by Lambert.
You've come out in this game skating pretty well. Don't back off now.
Scandalino tried to poke that one to Hart, but it gets knocked away. Number 9, LaPlante, was able to knock it away.
Don't look for the plays that aren't there up the ice. You've got to use your feet here.
As Doe looks to cross ice past that one into the neutral zone, but it gets knocked down by LaPlante. And Methuen able to clear that out. Now Scandalino, he'll carry into the zone along the near boards. Looks to dance past a couple Rangers, but is unable to, and they're able to clear it on down the ice. No icing with the man advantage for the Highlanders, as Braden Hart will pick it up with some speed now. But poked away from Hart. Danger right now, shorthanded are the Rangers, but they are making things happen. Highlanders able to break out of the zone, looking for Ben DiCarlo. Couldn't quite collect it, as he'll chase it to the corner. Antonelli picks it up. Now Antonelli around. In the near corner, gets the puck taken away by Morris. Morris sends that one down over to Perry. Perry sends it all the way down ice. Chased down now Como. As Como has that one, he'll spin around, sends it behind the net to Lambert. 20 seconds remaining in the man advantage for the Highlanders, and they can't seem to clear it cleanly out of their zone. Shot from the point, goes wide to the far side by Yarrow. That shot from the point bounces down, gets deflected and picked up by the Highlanders as Doe wants it. He's breaking in, but couldn't quite keep control. Now Costa brings it near side to Scandalino, who will dump that one in. The freshman Nakul lets it go by. Now Yarrow with it. His pass looking forward. Shot from the point, knocked down by Karim Diallo. Sent down ice by the Highlanders. Man advantage is over. 5:40 remaining in the first period. Highlanders not able to generate much offense on that power play.
Really aggressive penalty killing from the Rangers there, especially from the two forwards, making it really difficult for the Highlanders. There weren't plays to be made up the ice, and Somerville not really able to use much of their skating game either to help themselves get things set up, as they let an opportunity go by the boards on the power play. It's tough to get up the ice when you're not used to maybe necessarily seeing a team be so aggressive on the penalty kill.
Yeah. And
that's a credit to Methuen. Confident in their skaters and how they can deploy it. And there are times where, as a team, you need to be aggressive on the penalty kill, but some teams by nature, it's just how they happen to be designed, and it certainly was effective on that penalty kill because nothing really happened on that power play for Somerville.
As Donovan had to go down quickly to stop that shot from Hurlin in the slot. Highlanders now countering, coming back the other direction. As DiCarlo will chase this one behind the Ranger net. Rangers, of course, an excellent team, ranked number 9 in Division III. They have sights upon a possible championship in Division III. That is the quality of this team, as they are getting themselves ready for the postseason. That one deflected, almost picked up, but now with some speed coming in. Right around and fired by Donovan. Somehow was able to get that one. I have no idea how he stopped it. Got through between his legs, but was off of a skate, I believe.
Just enough there with his stick as Hurlin was holding and holding, trying to outweight the Highlander goaltender, and when it looked like Donovan was down and out, just a piece of it. Highlanders hanging on tight right now.
As this one's coming in from the point, shot goes in, deflected down once again by the Highlanders. I think Rosas may have gotten that one. Now Scandalino looking to get that one out of the zone, but can't. As the Rangers now from the point, taken away by Pasquale. As Scandalino will dump that one in. Comes right out in front of the freshman Nakul. He'll shovel it aside. Long pass, down ice, Nestor is in. Got the opportunity, nice job by Doe, as he was able to stop that shot, get in the way, and cause a deflection.
Just got back in the nick of time there and took away a scoring chance. Nestor, he's gotten in behind a couple of times already in this first period, and he's been one of those forwards lurking around at the blue line, and the Highlanders have yet to really make an adjustment and pick him up.
As Cox looks to center, gets deflected out. I believe Doe was able to get that, but it ends up at the point again with the Rangers as that's fired in from the point, deflected wide. Antonelli battling in the corner, comes out to the point. Rangers able to hold it in. Now the far point. Pitching in, firing from the face-off circle, deflected there by Giallo. And Doe will dump this one in, 2:50 remaining in the period, as Antonelli chases it to the far corner. He's sent down to the ice by Warden. As the Rangers, Morris will carry it out of their zone. Carrying it all the way down into the Highlander zone is Morris. As he goes in, tries to switch to the backhand, and Donovan's able to ride him away. Now Candelino looking to do the same for the Highlanders, but he gets dispossessed as he entered the zone.
Morris going end to end here.
Morris again trying. That one deflected down by Braden Hart. Lots of speed we're seeing from the Rangers. Deft skating as well. Lambert will chase this down in the corner. Rosas will meet him there. Shot from the circle. Fired in. Donovan will deflect that one wide into the netting. 2:03 remaining in the first period. Faceoff will stay in the Highlander end. Don't forget, everybody out there, this is the midway point. We've got Highlander athletics all this week. So we've had girls basketball Monday and Tuesday hockey tonight. Senior night for the girls tomorrow night, 6 o'clock at Broome Fieldhouse against Malden Catholic. 7 o'clock, the boys basketball team will have their senior night at Broome Fieldhouse. That'll be Friday night on the 13th. So celebrate the remainder of this week on the Highlander hardwood at Broome Fieldhouse. As this one sent in from the point. Highlanders able to clear it away. As DiCarlo looks to get to that, but it's dumped in by the Rangers. Picked up by Caden Martell. It's now Braden Hart battling for that one against the boards. Couldn't quite get control of it. Winds up in front of Donovan as Lambert was knifing in towards it. Donovan will cover it up. Minute 38 remaining in the first.
Yeah, Highlanders just having a hard time at times in this first period to challenge pucks, and we've seen this happen to this team at times where it's almost like they get into a stunned state and they're not really moving, and they get into that compact form. They're just trying to insulate as much as they can around Colin Donovan, but the problem is they're just giving the opposition a lot of time and a lot of space to operate, and we've got to make more of a contest here and try and fight for some of these pucks and not let the opponent impose their will.
As Perry from the point fires that one in. The rebound came out to Como, and he took the shot. Ended up, I believe, knocking the...
Donovan had to...
Yep, Donovan
had to
sliding
make
over.
That push back to his right there as that long shot has come through, and that's something that Methuen has done in this first period is, yeah, we've seen them look for that stretch pass a lot and for that long play up the ice. You could maybe call it basket hanging or cherry picking, whatever you'd like to call it, but they haven't just gotten their opportunities through that one particular play. They've been all over things in the attacking zone, and Donovan has had to come up with a variety of saves already in this first period to try and keep this a close game.
As Perry fired that one in and deflected off a Highlander in front of the net. Perry will take another shot right from the point. That gets through clean to Donovan, and he will swallow that one up and hold on with 1:08 remaining in the first period.
And Perry would like to have gotten that shot a little bit lower there. When you hit the goaltender in that particular area, he should be able to hold on to it. And that's been one part of Donovan's game this season as a freshman, as a rookie. The more and more we've seen him, his ability to control rebounds and tie up pucks, really important for this young Somerville team to get them those whistles and allow for them to try and regroup.
You see a lot of flashes as we've seen throughout the season, and here we have it right here as Ben DiCarlo breaking in. He sends that one right through the slot in front of Candelino, but he couldn't quite get the stick on it. As that's sent by the captain, Doe, back into the near corner. Now the Rangers are breaking in against Donovan. That gets by him, but it went wide of the net. He might have gotten a piece of it. Another shot in from the point. That got through to Donovan, and he blocked it down. Cleared away by Caden Martell. That'll go down for an icing. 24.6 seconds remaining in the first period. I was going to say before that rush by the Highlanders, we've seen a lot of youth coming out of this team and a lot of skill from some of these youthful players. Marco Lewis looking very good as a skater out there, and as an 8th grader, Caden Martell, a sophomore defenseman, and of course the young 7th grader, Ryan Antonelli, getting a lot of ice time as well.
They're a team that's going up against a lot of teams in their opposition that are very seasoned.
Yeah.
Lot of experience, a lot of juniors, a lot of seniors. This Methuen team, no different.
That one knocked wide to the far side.
But the only way that you can gain experience is sometimes by going through that trial by fire, so to speak. And, you know, you see the Highlanders coming in at 3-15, and you could certainly say that it has been that trial by fire type of season. And sometimes that's the only way that you can learn and see what you have here as a program. And, you know, the results may not have been there or have not been there yet so far in this season. There's only one more game left after this, but I think if you look at things and how they've gone recently for this team, Todd, there have been a lot more encouraging signs down the stretch. And even if they aren't materializing yet into wins, you'll take a period such as this against Methuen being down only 1-0 as a sign of positive things here in this first period and late in this season.
No doubt about that. Highlanders down 1-0, but Colin Donovan playing excellently in goal as he has kept them down only 1-0 throughout this first period. We will be back for second period action here from the Vet on Somerville Ed TV in a moment. at the Veterans Memorial Ice Rink in Somerville. Highlanders versus the Rangers here on Somerville Ed TV. I'm Todd Harmon alongside Tyler Orrego. And Tyler, Highlanders trailing 1-0 after that first period. Methuen comes in, the number 9 team in Division III. They're getting tuned up for the playoffs, so they look like a playoff team, but the Highlanders down by only 1 after 1.
Yeah, it's a good place to be for the Highlanders. It's, never ideal necessarily to find yourself down in a game, especially to a team that's been rolling as Methuen has been of late, but this is a position that the Highlanders want to keep the game in for as long as they can. You don't want this game now to maybe explode and see the dam break. The closer you can keep this, the better it'll be for you. But for the Rangers right now, Methuen, they certainly look like a well-oiled machine. They were moving the puck very well, very efficiently, not afraid to make plays and force the Highlanders to really have to challenge things at the defensive blue line. You've got to watch the stretch plays, and you've got to watch those high forwards out in neutral ice. You can't give this team anything easy at your own blue line.
No doubt about it. Highlanders gave up 7 goals to this team back earlier this season, and they are coming off a 7-goal game against Haverhill as well, are the Rangers, so we know they can play offensively. As right now they are on the offense. There's a shot right from the slot, goes wide to the near side up against the glass. Highlanders carrying out Shane Doe as he drops it to Braden Hart. Hart will fire this one. That one goes high and wide into the glass. Nice poke there by Candelino as he was trying to get it to Hart, but the Rangers able to carry it out as Dylan Anderson has speed into the Highlander zone, fires that one, and Donovan knocks it aside. Anderson was not able to recollect it on the other side of the net, but he finally did and fired it. There's Donovan again with a big save off of Sean Morris, who had the shot from the far circle.
And Sean Morris has been another one of the active players for Methuen in this game so far. He's a defenseman who has really good wheels, can skate and carry the puck to add to the attack, but has the ability to get back and be responsible defensively. He missed on that shot. It was labeled high glove. Highlanders looked like they had a chance back down at the other end, but then Anderson leads that rush the other way, and a couple of chances on goal, and Donovan picking up early in this second period where he left off in the first, and the Highlanders, they need each and every one of those saves, as this will be offside on Methuen.
Yeah, that peaked just outside of the zone before Michael Yarrow could send it back in, so the face-off will come out of the Highlander zone. Methuen, no question, very good offensively, scoring 15 goals in their past 2 games. 8-0 win over Cambridge, 7-4 win over Haverhill. Highlanders holding them to 1 so far in this game.
The Highlanders were able to do that on Monday night against a Vikings team that was coming in with 61 goals scored and 18 games played, averaging just over 3.5, and they held them to 1.
The Highlanders looking to defend here. Caden Martell falls into the corner. Donovan had to make the save on that one and was able to. Now Martell cycling it further along, trying to get it out of the zone, but it gets knocked in deeper. And another save there by Donovan. As Methuen continuing to get bites now, an opportunity for Matt Costa as he is in. As he takes the shot, that's going to wind up high and wide, partially blocked by Will McLaren, who came in.
And great job by Grant Warden to help out, too. His defensive partner there, Euro, bobbling the puck at the blue line, and it looked like a break for Costa, who just had to reach a bit for that puck. He couldn't quite catch up to it, and that gave time for Warden to come back and make the play, force that shot high and wide.
As Lambert loses the puck behind the net, Highlanders look to clear. As Caden Martell unable to clear. Costa tried to carry it along the boards. Now Antonelli has it at center ice, sends it into the Ranger zone. Highlanders will change. Rangers trying to break out again, looking for that long pass down ice, trying to get it to Nestor. And Nestor now in the slot, trying to get that one. He'll pick up the puck, send it back behind the net.
Good stickler from DiCarlo coming back down the slot.
Now Nestor surveying. He'll cycle it around. Comes here to the near point. He'll cycle it back down. As Methuen trying to work the puck around the Highlanders zone. You see the defenders pinching in a bit there. Sending that puck down, cycling it around the Highlander net, looking for a good shot. Highlanders, though, looking to get it out as Candolino is checked, but picked up by Shane Doe. Doe gives it to Hart. Hart's shot. That one's deflected. Good job defensively there by the Rangers. Now Braden Hart has it. Gets it over to Caden Martell, I should say, Candolino. Strike that. Candolino's shot, though, got through to Nacol. He had to make the stop, but he was able to. Now lots of speed in. Nice shot there as the blocker of Donovan knocked it to the side. Highlanders able to clear that one out. It's going to go all the way down to Nakul. And he will shovel it aside, picked up by Morris, who sends it to the mid-boards. Nice job by DeCarlo as he's able to get the puck. Now Candolino in the corner, spins around. Tries to look to go around the net, but wasn't able to keep hold of it. As the Rangers look to clear, but Doe keeps it in as he pinches all the way down. Doe will give it to Candolino in the slot. Fired, and Nakul makes the stop. Rebound battled for as sliding in was Marco Lewis, but he couldn't quite get to it. And now the Rangers able to dump it all the way in as Donovan's got to deal with it. Picked up on the near mid boards, but not cleanly. Is able to get it out, but that will be icing as the face-off will come back to the Highlander end. Highlanders getting a little offensive work, a little offensive opportunities there as Candolino had a nice shot there from the slot that Nakul was able to stop.
And it's the usual suspects for the Highlanders trying to get something generated offensively, trying to cause disruptions, get some type of forecheck established, and that's what players like Candolino and DeCarlo can do. They are able to work a nice little cycle play. Shane Doe along the far point. Nice job to keep the play alive, and they get a good chance on goal, but Nakul down low. Good stop with the stick.
Highlanders trying to work through the neutral zone, but not quite able to get it through as the Rangers picked it up, and that went wound up in the Rangers bench. 10:03 remaining in the second period. Highlanders down by a goal.
And the last chance that the Highlanders were able to just get there and the cycle that they were able to generate, it was really nothing special that led to that. Just simple hockey, get a puck in behind the defense, be active in your pursuit for it, and do what you can to try and force your opponent into making a mistake and see if you can be that team that capitalizes on one of those errors.
As that puck goes down through the slot, Como comes away with it. As Como is there behind the net, he fires that one out. The shot goes into Donovan off the stick of LaPlante. And Donovan will hold on to it. 9:40 remaining in the second period. Highlanders trailing by a goal. Trying to build something here. You mentioned the normal suspects, Shane Doe, Braden Hart, making some things happen there, entering the zones, cross ice passes, good connections, but not quite getting that last opportunity. The face-off win comes to the Rangers. Battling over there is Reese Tierney, as he's able to poke it free. Now DeCarlo into the Ranger zone. She's behind the net. Drops it with Candolino. Candolino looks at cycle it the other direction, but gets checked off the puck. Back to the point. Hart from the point, fires, and it gets blocked down. And now Methuen back the other direction. Donovan will have to clear that one away before McLaren could get to it, but McLaren has it on the far boards.
Those are shots that you've got to get through to the net there. So dangerous when they get blocked like that because they can lead to plays back up the other way, and the Highlanders were short.
As Doe will pick this one up. Opportunity here as he's got Candolino, but couldn't quite get the stick on it as Pasquale just couldn't make the connection there. Now the Rangers into the zone. Cross pass to Perry as he knifed in. Harold dropped that pass across towards Perry, and Perry picks up the goal. Beautiful work down low by the Rangers there as that went right through the crease. Donovan, nothing he could do about that. 8:41 remaining. Highlanders trailing by 2 now.
On a tough break because it looked like you had an opportunity. The pass just didn't land. It came over a bit too hot from Shane Doe. Yep. Candolino just couldn't get the one-timer away. And even though the Highlanders were able to get back defensively, they had the numbers. It's just a great play by Harold, who looked to have been kept wide. It's where you want to keep him defensively outside the dots, but he makes a great pass across the crease. Donovan from left to right just can't get over in time, and Elliot Perry, really nice play to just deceptively come in off of the point. Nobody picks up the defenseman, and he stashes it home to make it 2-0. Just a great play all around by Methuen.
And another opportunity here is breaking in as Kevin Nestor fires that one glove side. Donovan will hold on to it.
Said his name quite a bit tonight already, haven't we, Todd? Kevin
Absolutely.
Nestor, number 17, senior forward. Had 2 of those chances back in the first period. He's been one of those forwards hanging around by the blue line looking for those opportunities, and that time on the rush just showing how dangerous he can be. That's a shot from distance, but you get some good zip on that wrister, and it's another strong save for Donovan.
Well, and you mentioned the deceptiveness of Perry on that goal as he pinched in from his defense position. He's a senior on this team as well, and we see that senior leadership, that senior knowledge, able to do something like that and to get into position. Of course, then we see some youth right there as Colin Donovan making another nice stop and holding on to the rebound.
And that's something you gain with experience, especially as a defenseman. It's knowing how to read the game and how to read plays. When should I go? When should I not go? Is this the right time for me to be aggressive and make a play? And Perry, to his credit, saw the work that Harold was doing and saw that he could be an open opportunity there at that back post.
As the Highlanders looking to get a pass through into the neutral zone to somebody breaking free. DiCarlo was out there, just couldn't quite get that stick onto the puck. And the icing is going to be the call. 7:56 remaining here in the second period.
You see the hustle, though, from Ben DiCarlo still, and that's been what he's provided for this team all season long. You know, it's been a long season. It's been a difficult season. No other way to slice it, Todd. It's difficult when you don't win. And when you only have 3 wins on the season, things can develop into somewhat of a slog. But Ben DiCarlo has not had a game yet this season, at least the ones that we've seen on home ice, where he has not brought that leadership and that hustle and that grit, which goes such a long way because it shows these younger players how they need to play and what a blueprint can be to follow going forward as they try and build this program up. I really have appreciated what Ben's done this season for this team.
As that cross-ice pass comes to the near side, but misplayed by Como, picked up by Candelino. As Candelino is in, looking for somebody to pass it to, gets checked off the puck. Como will pick it up. It's Como now, working past Braden Hart, able to carry it in, met there by Reese Tierney. Como makes the turn, as DiCarlo is there with him as well. Now LaPlante, as he will drop it back towards the point, fired in by the defenseman.
Morris again getting another shot through from the point.
Rangers controlling in the corner as Como gets it back to Morris. Now Morris trying to find a shot lane there. Got it through, I think, to Donovan again, and Donovan was able to knock it away. Now near side defenseman will cycle it around back towards Morris. Morris will cycle it to the mid boards. It's Tierney trying to mess around with Como there, but Como comes away with it. Como has the opportunity there as he takes the shot. It's going to go wide. Whistle sounds. We'll have a face-off in the Highlander in 6:37 remaining in the second period.
Hurling out along the blue line there with Morris. 2 players really playing well off of each other and not passing away on chances to try and get pucks through. The crowds have been there around the net. The Highlanders, again, trying to insulate things and take away as much of those shooting lanes as possible. But the way that Methuen's just able to move the puck around, Rangers are finding space and they're creating space. And ultimately, the volume of those chances they're getting, they're bound to just get through. It's only a matter of time. Donovan, though, continues to just hold the fort. He's battling out there as well.
No doubt about that. Highlanders now able to pull it out of the zone as Karim Diallo will dump it into the Ranger end. Marco Lewis in the corner. He's unable to keep it there, although Caden Martell, he'll send it back in from the point. Not cool, had to make the stop there. As now from the point, Martell gets through clean towards the freshman, and Elias Nakul, he'll cover it up and hold on. 6:05 remaining here in the second period.
Well, good work there by the Highlanders to, get the puck out of the zone there efficiently, and Karim Diallo, the young freshman, doesn't see much of an option going to goal, so he uses the boards there to create a play on that room around to the far side. Good keeping at the line. Puck ends up in the crease. Nicole couldn't cover it. And then Martel gets that shot through, forced the goaltender to make a save. Look out.
Now here comes Harold as he tries to cut through. Martel was able to ride him off.
Rosas lost his footing there, and it nearly opened up a seam.
As Diallo will block that shot down, coming from Elliot Perry. Now the Highlanders pick it up with Antonelli in neutral ice. He enters the Rangers zone. He'll be checked against the near boards. Rangers will pick it up as here comes Harold. Harold once again into the attacking zone, drops it off for McLaren. Shot from the far side by Perry, blocked away. Perry once again looking to get it through. That came off a deflection, and Donman was able to stop it. And now that's going to be cleared all the way down ice. Icing is going to be the call as the faceoff will come back to the Highlander end. 5:12 remaining here in the second period. Highlanders trailing 2-0.
Well, tough to not turn anything into offense after that great play defensively from Karim Diallo to make the block and then get that puck out and get it forward. But Harold does a nice job to get himself back defensively and then get the gears quickly shifted back onto offense. Just seeing more of what we've seen from Methuen in this game, Todd. They're getting a wide variety of looks in this game, starting to get more of that traffic and really make Donovan have to work to make these saves.
Good forechecking here by Ben DiCarlo. It's going to wind up with the Highlanders getting it at the point. Braden Hart brings it near side. Shane Doe fires that one towards the slot. Couldn't get it through. Doe will keep it in. As it goes behind the Ranger net, chased over to the corner by Yerl. As Yerl able to clear that one out. Goes behind the Highlander net. Reese Tierney back there as he's checked down by Nestor. Puck is picked up in the corner by the Rangers. Around the net, tried to tuck it in on the far side. Wasn't able to. Cycled back down from the point. Rangers have it. As Nestor fires that one towards the slot, but it gets deflected out back to the corner. Now at the point, Ural has it, and we're going to stop play here as the net has come off the moorings. 4:05 remaining here in the period, and that pressure from the Rangers just keeps going. And like you said, Tyler, eventually they're going to break through. Highlanders have only allowed those 2 goals so far. Colin McDonovan doing a great job. They got to take some of that pressure off.
You can feel it start to, you're feeling it in general. It's starting to build up now more and more with each shift, and this is what the Highlanders want to do in some sense in terms of keeping the game close, but they're holding on right now. And
as Komu takes that shot, gets deflected wide.
They've got to try and find a way to shift the gears here with under 4 minutes to go. They need to find more of an offensive attack and offensive mindset to close out this period.
As that one centered by Antonelli in neutral ice, a little too far out ahead of Costa, so the Rangers will pick it up. So now the Rangers looking to attack. As Herland will break in. Herland into the corner. Ridden there by Colin Rosas. Back behind the net, Costa trying to pick it up but unable to as the Rangers bring it out. Now the shot, that one goes up high from Dylan Anderson. And he's going to be able to get that one in as the refs are going to talk about it, though. It did get into the net.
It was
was deflected, but by possibly a high stick is the question.
We'll see.
As Anderson sent that one up high, and a high stick is going to be the call. It was deflected by a high stick, no goal.
Highlanders, you'll take that. They'll definitely take that late here in this second period. There's a shot coming in from the point, probably at about crossbar height. And I believe that was off the stick of Herland, who had done most of the work there on the zone entry, and then the defenseman just camped there in the low slot.
As the Methuen coaches getting the explanation, head coach Bill Blackwell getting the explanation about the high stick. 3:21 is going to remain here in the second period. The face-off, due to the high stick, will come all the way down to the Methuen end. As we will be underway momentarily.
You'll take this break all day.
Yeah.
To keep it a 2-goal game and see if that maybe serves as a bit of a wake-up call here to the Highlanders that this is a Rangers team not content up by 2 goals. They really want to try and put you away here in this game, and it's up to you to prevent that.
As DiCarlo tried to clear that around the boards, Doe tried to backhand clear it, but it deflects in front of the net, and just right there waiting for it was Josh Harold. As he has an assist in this game, he's going to add a goal. As that puck just went right in front, perfect forehand opportunity, nothing you can do in that situation.
It won't get much easier for him. The sophomore, Josh Harold, won't get a much more favorable setup than that there in the near side circle. Right on his tape, right on his wheelhouse, right in his wheelhouse, I should say. It was off of his stick in a hurry. Great shot, right over the pad, perfectly placed. Donovan couldn't get to it with the glove, and no doubt about that being a good goal.
No doubt about it, as the Rangers now lead 3-0, 2:50 remaining in the second period, as Antonelli has it in the corner for the Highlanders.
And this team in particular, this is a Methuen team that if you do not take care of the puck, and if you mismanage it in your own zone, they are going to stick it in the back of your net, and Harold certainly did that.
No doubt about it, as Elliot Perry will send that one around. Comes all the way out to the near point, where they will cycle it back down. As Lambert, carrying behind the net, drops it off with Harold. Harold now out front, drops it to McLaren as their captain fires that shot. Donovan able to hold on. 2:17 remaining in the second period. Highlanders trailing 3-0 against this tough Methuen team.
This is a big 2 minutes coming up here, really, in this, not just in this second period, but really in this game. The Highlanders, you're down by 3, and it's not maybe looking good, right? But you've got a chance here to still show something here to the opponent in this game. And right now, Methuen is having their way. It's up to the Highlanders to look towards their leaders, and we know what those players are and who those players are, to try and turn this game around and get something going.
Yeah, Braden Hart with that shot, with that pass, I should say, looking for Shane Doe cutting into the slot. Just off target there, but that's the type of players that we're looking for and the type of plays that we're looking for them to connect on. 2:01 remains here in the second period. 3-0 lead for the Rangers.
We've seen it all season long, whether it's Pasquale Candolino or Shane Doe getting a big goal late in a period to get the Highlanders on the board, to get the Highlanders a goal.
As Doe tries that one from the point, it goes too high. Braden Hart now has it behind the net as he will reverse, trying to keep control, drops it to Pasquale Candolino. Candolino through the crease, and that'll go in, as there is Ben DiCarlo putting it home past the freshman Elias Knuckle.
Right on cue. That's who the Highlanders needed to get a response here in this game. It's another goal late in a period, and it's the usual suspects out there on the ice. Braden Hart really getting that play all started deep in below the goal line. Doing a good job to outwork the defense. That was Trey Sweeter in back of the net. He allows for Candolino to take over, and then Candolino just makes a nice play to curl off of the net, buy a little bit of time, and wait for DiCarlo to set up there at the far post. That's a great play, excellent execution. And for DiCarlo, always a nose around the net. He's able to finish that off and get the Highlanders on the board.
So the Highlanders now trailing 3-1. Erland wanted to change that on that attack as he broke in on the far side, but Donovan right there cutting down the angle holds on. 1:33 remains in the second period.
And really important now, even more so with 1:33 to go.
That shot comes off the glove of Donovan and goes into the net as that came off the stick of Erland. Was denied on that rush, and then off the faceoff was able to sneak one by him as Herlin gets the goal on that one, and the Highlander excitement and momentum didn't last very long.
That's not what you wanted to see, and for as good as Colin Donovan has been and for as big as he's been in a lot of games this season, sure, that's a goal that if he looked back on, he would have liked to have it back. It didn't look like it changed directions on him. It's a long shot from distance. This has been a Methuen team that hasn't been afraid to pass up on those long-range opportunities. That one looked like one that just hit off of his glove and went in. Just looked like he missed it. And sometimes those happen, but tough time to have it happen, so to speak, in this game with you getting yourself on the board. You feel like maybe some momentum perhaps going into the intermission, and
as that one aimed for the 5-hole, deflected off, and on the rebound, LaPlante was right there to put it home. So Jackson LaPlante will go into the scorer's book as well. And all of a sudden, things have changed. The Highlanders score a goal, make it a 3-1 game, and you blink, and suddenly the Rangers put 2 in with 1:17 remaining. It is a 5-1 game.
2 goals in about a dozen seconds as, again, we mentioned Methuen's relentlessness. They weren't content being up by 2.
Nope.
Same thing applies with that 3-1 lead. You know they aren't happy about conceding the goal there. With how they've been playing, that they feel like this should be a clean sheet for them. They've been pretty thorough and pretty dominant here tonight. But they give up a goal late in the period. That can always stir a team up, and they come right back out and pot 2 in pretty much a 12-second span there. 129 to 117 apart. Now it's a 5-1 game, and you're staring down the barrel right now if you're the Highlanders. Things just not looking as maybe as promising as they could have looked about 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, no doubt. As 1 minute remains here in the period.
Todd, I just wondered too if maybe this is a game where do you see Damian Jackson in the third period?
Possibly.
I'd have to wonder just with the score now, 5-1. It's been a long stretch of play for Colin. You've got one more game to go.
As Doe able to block that pass attempt into the zone, picks it up, carries it down. His pass attempt is unable to connect. As now Como has it on the mid-board's far side. Picked up now by LaPlante. In the corner, Braden Hart with him. Como once again behind the Highlander net. LaPlante sends it back to the point. Herlin there. He gets checked by Hart. Hart dealing out some checks over on the far side as the puck comes here near side and out of the zone. 20 seconds remaining in the second period. That's going to be dumped in by the Rangers as LaPlante will get it mid-boards on the near side. Doe looks to take it away from him. And Ben DiCarlo will try to hold on. 7 seconds remaining. Big slapper there out front by Herlin. Goes wide of the net, and that will do it for the second period. As the Highlanders trail 5-1, we get a little bit of action here post-whistle as Doe was sent to the ice. And Pasquale Candelino didn't appreciate it very much.
Yeah, it was Martel on the receiving end of that hit, right at the buzzer from Dylan Anderson. And the Highlanders took exception to that right away, which you can understand why. It was a borderline check right at the buzzer. There's a penalty up on the board, so I think the Highlanders are going to be starting the period off on the power play, which could be a positive thing for them. Looked positive when they had gotten that goal with 1 minute and 45 seconds left, but 16 seconds later, Rangers get a good bounce off a long-range shot, and then not even 15 seconds after that, they're able to expand the lead again on a goal-mouth scramble, and so when things looked like they were maybe going to go in Somerville's direction with some good momentum to take into the break, you find yourself down by 4 here instead going into the third period.
Yeah, Ben DiCarlo got that goal for the Highlanders, cut it to a 3-1 lead for Methuen. That seemed to awaken the beast as Herlin and LaPlante score after that, making it a 5-1 score here as we are about to move on to the third period. We'll have that third period action for you here on Somerville Ed TV in just a moment. at the Veterans Memorial Ice Rink in Somerville as the Highlanders trail the Methuen Rangers by the score of 5-1 here on Somerville NTV. Todd Harmon alongside Tyler Orrego. Tyler, Highlanders scored a goal to make it a 3-1 game as Pasquale Candelino found Ben DiCarlo sitting on the doorstep for a beautiful shot. And then the beast awoke, and suddenly, in a 12-second span, Herland and then LaPlante for the Rangers gave them the 5-1 lead. Now the Highlanders will have an opportunity here as I see a Ranger, though, in the penalty box.
Yeah, and it is Dylan Anderson, who they did get for that hit at the end of the period on Caden Martell, and so it wasn't the end of the second period that the Highlanders certainly would have wanted, especially after getting that goal, which looked to give them life. But now you can start this third period off on the power play and maybe try and chisel away at some things here on the scoreboard, down by 4.
So Highlanders have the man advantage. Of course, second time this game they've had the man advantage. First time they were put on their back foot a little bit by the aggressiveness of the Methuen penalty kill. But the Highlanders now breaking into the zone as Braden Hart has it on the mid boards. Antonelli's there, ends up with Doe at the point, gets it over to Candelino, back to Doe, but stick of one of the Rangers gets in the way as Lambert was able to stop that pass. Now Hart with speed, looks to follow it into the zone, gets checked off by Perry. Candelino down in the corner, or strike that Antonelli down in the corner, along with Braden Hart and DiCarlo as the whistle sounds. 14:09 as there is a Ranger still down on the ice. That's going to
Perry.
be Elliot Perry, critical defenseman for the Rangers. 14:09 remaining here in the game. Highlanders trailing 5-1, but they have the man advantage for another minute 10. Perry able to get up onto his skates and head towards the bench. Good to see.
There was no penalty on the play.
Yep, no penalty called on the play. So we will have a face-off in the Rangers' end to restart play with a minute 10 remaining in the man advantage for the Highlanders. If they want to get back in this one, this is a time they've got to get something going. Of course, the Rangers very aggressive with that penalty kill. As the puck sent down ice, Colin Donovan will send it to the corner where Candelino picks it up. You see the aggressiveness, 2 forecheckers for these Rangers. Very aggressively in the Highlander zone as that got by Donovan through his crease as he wasn't able to play it with his stick. Highlanders able to clean it up as Candelino was, but now the opportunity for Como as Como back to the point. Shot gets through clean to Donovan and the rebound comes out. Candelino picks it up. As Como will check him off the puck. Doe has the puck here on the near side. There's Como right there, stopping that pass, and now he gets the shot attempt that Donovan had to stop. Once again, Methuen down a man for 17 more seconds, and they're generating the shots themselves. Antonelli will cycle it behind the net to Candelino. Pasquale looking for some help as he is checked off the puck by LaPlante. Now LaPlante has it for the Rangers. Passes that one to, let's see here, that was Muscus who got that shot off. Highlanders now carrying it down ice as Doe will dump it in. Highlanders will change behind. The man advantage is over for the Highlanders as Doe takes a little swing at the puck trying to keep it in. Diallo unable to get control as well. Caden Martell will get it for the Highlanders in their defensive end as Doe has it on the far boards. Looks to hit Marco Lewis down the near side. As Lewis chases it down into the boards. It's picked up down there as Methuen will come out with it. Muscus now. As Muscus, the freshman, finds the 5-hole and puts it home behind Colin Donovan. And 6-1 is now the Methuen lead as the freshman gets his second goal against the Highlanders, I believe, this season, as he got one earlier this season as well.
Methuen just continues to skate well with the puck, just really fast and smooth in their transition. They're attacking the blue line in a really overwhelming sense. They're backing the Highlanders in, but that time the Highlanders just seemed to drift and favor over to the right side of the ice, and it just created that open lane down the left wing side. A nice finish there.
Muskis in again, looking for a second. Donovan had to make the save. Diallo now has it for the Highlanders, but he's ridden off the puck. As the Rangers control, Erland loses it to Lewis, as Lewis will dump it in for the Highlanders.
And those backhand shots can be really difficult as a goaltender to try and read and pick up, especially in transition like that, and it's a nice finish.
As Doe is in, crosses it looking for Diallo, just a little bit too far out ahead of him as Diallo couldn't quite get to it. Rangers able to get it out of the zone. Nestor kept away from the puck there for a moment, but now Nestor has it. As he fires that one, Doe blocks it. Nestor again, cross-ice pass off the boards. As O'Connell will cycle it around the Highlander net, comes out to the point. Cycled deeper by Methuen, sent into the crease, and it was deflected onto Donovan. He had to make the save. That'll go all the way down ice. The young freshman, Elias Nakul, will play it there as the Rangers out of the zone with it. Now DiCarlo plays it back to Doe. Doe looking for Candelino as Pasquale will pick it up. Gets it to DiCarlo. DiCarlo cycles it around the Rangers net. Picked up by McLaren. And now the Rangers breaking out with speed as Sean Morris looks for McLaren out ahead of him. McLaren just couldn't quite collect it as Donovan was able to stick it aside.
Pass came off his stick there, just a little bit too far in front of him. He could never reestablish the handle, and Donovan just able to poke check it away.
As now was coming around the Highlander net back to the point. Shot from the point, gets into Donovan, comes off of his pad. Now pinching in further, trying the shot again. This one deflected wide by Morris. Highlanders, though, unable to clear as Elliot Perry keeps it in. Now McLaren with it. That one gets in front of the Highlander net. DiCarlo was able to send it wide. Once again, Methuen able to keep it in the Highlander zone. As this gets out in front of the net, Braden Hart trying to scoop that one out. Is going to be held in, though. And now Doe trying to get it cycled around the Highlander net, and he will, but Morris picks it up, keeps it in the zone, dumps it a little deeper. As Reese Tierney does try to clear it out, and they are able to. 9:24 remaining in the game. Highlanders trailing by 5. No deke there. That one pass looking for Apperty as he got that one on to Donovan. He had to send it aside. Now Doe has it over behind the Highlander net, trying to keep two Methuen players from pulling it away.
This is relentless here from Methuen. That puck only got out on that last shift because it was mishandled at the line by Morris. And the Rangers just waste no time. Right back in across the line. They're set right back up. And the Highlanders are just getting worn down here, worn down thin.
As still Methuen holding it in. Sweater keeps it in at the near point. Cycles it back down as McLaren behind the net. Sends it back to the point to Perry. Perry pinches, fires. That one deflected off of Donovan over into the glass. Now bouncing around in front of the net as Doe will get whistled for the penalty. And now we've got some action going on the ice itself as Matt Pinero.
That was DiCarlo.
Actually, Ben DiCarlo got a little headlock action on one of the Methuen players.
I took exception after McLaren did not like the hit that Shane Doe had thrown at the side of the net. McLaren went back at Doe, and then that's when Ben DiCarlo came with the WWE move to take him down. And
looks like we've got McLaren going in
I'm
right now.
surprised that Ben DiCarlo is not going to pick something up too for getting himself involved. He might here. The Highlanders may be getting an extra penalty out of this. I'm not sure.
Matt Chafee is going to go serve the penalty for the Highlanders.
I mean, the original penalty was going to be on Doe. before a little bit of that retaliation had happened from McLaren. But even with the retaliation, saw what DiCarlo did to get into this scrum, and it's hard to see this come out as a situation where the Highlanders won't find themselves shorthanded, and sure enough, that's why I believe they do have the extra man in the box here.
So Methuen will have the man advantage for the next 2 minutes. It's McLaren in the box for the Rangers. Doe as well as Chafee in the box for the Highlanders. We still are not getting going here. It gives me an opportunity really quickly to point out to everybody, get yourselves ready for March Madness, the Bracket Madness of March on the 21st of February, because that's when the MIAA basketball brackets come out. The Highlander girls, the Highlander boys, they'll be playing in that tournament. Check that out on Saturday, Saturday, February 21st, as that's when those matchups will come out. Get yourself ready for the Madness of March by checking out the February brackets on MIAA.net on Saturday, the 21st of February. As Methuen controlling here with the man advantage near side. Yarrow will cycle it around out in front of the net. That one has to be forced away by Donovan's stick. Now on the far side, Sweater puts that one in near the goal. That goes up over the head of Donovan. Minute 20 remaining in the man advantage for the Rangers. 7:40 remaining in the game. As Morris will come out with speed down the ice. We've seen what he can do as he is in. Goes all the way around the Highlander net. Fires that one, it deflects wide. Picked up though by Anderson. Back over to Morris. Morris from the point gets it to Anderson on the near side boards. Back to Anderson here as he looks for the shot. That one just off the side netting. I don't know if Donovan got his pad on it.
Looked like he got the blocker.
Now Morris sends it over to the far side, Yarrow. As Yarrow sends that one in, and Donovan will hold on. A little extra action after the whistle, as Antonelli was getting hit there by Ragucci.
Just a couple of players tied up in front of the net, trying to establish some positioning, and Antonelli trying to keep things clear for his goaltender, Donovan. Just two players locked up in a good battle, and they separate after the whistle, which is what you want to see here in this game, is the Highlanders don't want to spend any much more time here shorthanded.
No doubt about that. 30 seconds remaining in this power play, as that pass was looking for Como, but he got it behind the net. Now Morris with the shot from the point, and the glove by Donovan. He will hold on. 6:48 remaining in the game. Highlanders down by 5, and the Rangers still have 24 seconds remaining in the man advantage.
And the Rangers have been a team tonight that hasn't slowed down, has not changed their pace, has not changed their approach to this game, and that's a sign of a team that is really locked and dialed in. They're focused on what they know is coming up here with the postseason. They want to be playing their best hockey going down the stretch into that time, and they have brought that game strongly here into Somerville.
It's Como with two Highlanders on him, not able to get the shot off, as Reese Tierney again involved in that. Tierney down there, but Como's going to come away with it. Como turns at the corner. Ben DiCarlo checking him. It's DiCarlo trying to get the puck away, but the Rangers come away with it. Sent in from the point, picked up by Anderson here on the near boards. Anderson cycles it down to Como. Teams are back at equal strength as the Highlander additional penalty is over. Now Morris, as he knifes in, brings it to the forehand, tried to look for the shot but couldn't get it off. Anderson will send it back to the point. Now here to the near point, as that is cycled down deeper to Como. Lewis trying to clear that, or I should say Colin Rosas trying to clear that away, but whiffed at it. Now Como battling around behind the net. He sends it out to the far sides. Herlin will get it to Anderson. Now Anderson, far boards, sends it back looking for Herlin, but Herlin had left the point area. So he will have to chase that all the way down ice. 5:15 remaining. Highlanders able to get a change.
It's been the only time the Highlanders have been able to really get any kind of reprieve defensively in this third period. It's been when the puck has been misplayed by the Rangers and sent out of the zone inadvertently. I mean, you'll take those clears all day long, but this has just been a tour de force in this third from Methuen as to how to keep your imprint on a hockey game and not let up any kind of slack. And that's what separates teams, Todd, this time of year.
As Donovan had to make the save on that one from Yarrow from the near point. Now Martel gets it out to Antonelli. Highlanders trying to get a rush here as he was looking for Chase Mobilia coming down the near side, deflected up into the netting.
And when you think about it, you might say, well, what could a team like Methuen take from a matchup late in the season against a young, rebuilding, 3-15 Somerville team, right? Well, I'll tell you an example. You see how they give up that goal late in the second period, 3-1. How do they respond right after that? 16 seconds, they get one right back into the net. A dozen seconds later, it's 5-1 in a blink of an eye. That's the sign of a team that has the DNA of a team that, come playoff time, isn't going to let anything get under them, isn't going to let anything bother them. And if things aren't going their way, they're going to take it personally.
This is a good Methuen team we're seeing on the ice, ranked number 9 right now in Division III. So they will be battling for that Division III championship as the playoffs come. As Methuen controls it in the Highlander end. Out from behind the net. Shot from the point, pinching in on that one was Yarrow. His shot went wide. Battling over there, who, of course, Ben DiCarlo. As DiCarlo loses that battle, though, is Methuen able to keep it deeper. Yarrow has it at the point, cycles it a bit deeper, unable to keep it in that time as it's fired all the way down ice. And we've got a whistle behind the play as Martel as well. As, let's see here, Misha Ragucci are going to head over to the box as both will be penalized and will have to sit down for a couple minutes. 3:35 remaining in the game. Highlanders trailing by 5, 6-1. As they close out their home schedule here at the Vet. One more game remaining for the Highlanders, that is at Haverhill. They will be heading up to Haverhill to close out their season. Haverhill, the team that Methuen just beat 7-4.
The team that came here to the Vet and beat the Highlanders 8-3 in a game that in some ways felt similar to this.
Candelino is in, takes the shot from the slot, just wide on that one.
I remember the Highlanders being down in that game either 2-0 or 3-1, but it was very similar. They had gotten a goal back to get some momentum. It was a 3-2 game, I want to say, if my memory serves me right. And then the next thing you knew it, Haver was up 6-2. And the game was all of a sudden from hopeful to not a chance.
Yeah.
And the Highlanders go on to lose 8-3, and it just felt like a game that they could have been in, or a game that they were in, and a game that they potentially could have had in terms of a win or a tie. You never know, but they have taken some lumps this season trying to build this thing back up and see how they fare the second time around, which is a trend we've noticed with this group this year, Todd. When we have seen them play against the team for the second go at it, they have looked better. They've played much closer. And it might not show here on the scoreboard against Methuen, but sometimes that's the way it goes when you play up against a team such as this.
Well, again, like you pointed out, Tyler, there was an opportunity there when the Highlanders got that goal to go down 3-1 to cut it to a 2-goal lead for Methuen. And you can see that they are preparing for the playoffs, that they are ready to go for the postseason because they shut the door so quickly in that moment when DiCarlo possibly had cracked it open. As Methuen now just swarming offensively in the Highlander end as Warden carries it around. Steal there as breaking in is Pereira. Pereira, though, unable to control the puck. Ends up getting checked off the puck, didn't have any help as the Highlanders did the change behind. Shot there by McLaren goes wide. As Donovan was able to send that one wide. Now the opportunity for Ward Nestor as it comes out to the slot. Shot there by Perry, had to be stopped by Donovan. Minute 35 remains in the game as Methuen continues the attack.
And you see how they just do not let up here. It's late in this game. You're up 6-1, and there has not been one shift that they have taken off here in this hockey game.
It's Marco Lewis on the forecheck trying to get to the puck. Antonelli picks it up in neutral ice. DiCarlo had to pass it up because he hadn't established position. It would have been offsides. As Yarrow is in. Spinning, couldn't get the shot off. Shot, though, by Perry, deflected wide. 1 minute remaining here in the game. Highlanders trailing. As Methuen looking to end the home portion of the Highlanders season with a loss for the Highlanders. As Antonelli brings it here to the near boards. Candolino is in there as well. Antonelli, DiCarlo. Couple names that we've said quite a few times this season. As Nestor breaks in for Methuen, he'll get it behind the net. Sends it back to the point to Perry. Perry will cycle it back along the near boards. Picked up there by Anderson. As Anderson sends it back to Perry at the point. Perry will fire that one in. Gets through. I think Donovan was able to knock it away. Rebound cleared away by the Highlanders as Candolino will take the final shot for the Highlanders here at the vet. The senior takes that final look at the net, but the Highlanders come away losers tonight by the score of 6-1. They will drop to 3-15 on the season. Methuen improves to 13-4-1 as they prepare for the Division III playoffs. And really a really good-looking team these Methuen Rangers are. The Highlanders just not able to do it tonight.
No, two teams that are just on two different planes,
Absolutely.
that are at two different junctures right now in time. And I have a feeling that this Methuen team is going to be a real tough get come playoff time. Whoever they do get in that opening round just look like a real balanced, well-rounded, well-oiled machine here leading into the playoffs. That's the signs that you want to see from a team late in the season, especially when, you know, things might seem like they're well in hand, and you don't want that complacency factor. A complacent team in Methuen tonight. They were all over it early on, and to the Highlanders' credit, they were able to keep this game close to the vest for the most part. But like you did say earlier, Todd, when it looked like that there was some daylight for the Highlanders, things just got shut right back down, and that game really did change quickly late in that second period.
No doubt about it. Highlanders able to get that important goal from Ben DiCarlo. Senior Pasquale Candolino, a great pass to set him up for it. But then that woke the beast as Methuen shows that they are ready for the postseason. Good luck to them as they head into the Division III playoffs. They'll find out their matchup on February 21st, just like the Highlanders on the hardwood will as well. That's going to be on MIAA.net on February 21st. That's a Saturday. You'll find out those MIAA playoff matchups here in the winter. Well, that's going to do it for us here from the vet this evening as well as this season. Tyler, thank you so much. It's been a great season once again. It's always great joining you and having you here. I really love working with you. Thank you so much.
Likewise, Todd, likewise. I can't believe that it's another season here in the books already. It comes and goes so quickly. It feels like we were freezing at the Thanksgiving football game together.
Yes, the battle for the picket fence.
Just a week ago, getting ready for the hockey season to start up. And now here we are already at the end of it. And even if it wasn't the best in terms of wins and losses, I don't think this was a year that we could measure in terms of wins and losses. So I think that even though we didn't get to celebrate a lot of victories this season, we did get 3 here at home at the vet, which was great to see. I think we saw a lot of encouraging signs as this year went along from a lot of different players. And this is going to be a work in progress for the Highlanders. I'm looking forward to how things can go forward for them and being back with you and this great crew here for another year of hockey next winter.
Absolutely, no doubt about that as well. As Colin Donovan, young freshman goalie for the Highlanders, look forward to watching him as he continues his career. Look forward to watching as well Caden Martell, young sophomore, Karim Diallo, a freshman, and don't forget the 8th graders, Marco Lewis, a really good young player that we like out there, and of course Reese Tierney, the freshman who's gotten some starts here late in the season. He's looked really good as well. We'll get to watch those players and many more develop as they will continue their Highlander career. Also want to celebrate one more time Pasquale Candelino, his senior season. A great career for Pasquale Candelino as well throughout his time as a Highlander. So congratulations to him as he continues on with his life and career off the ice. And that will do it for us tonight. Thank you so very much for watching at home. Thank you so much for watching this season. We really, really do appreciate it. Thank you, Tyler Orrego on commentary. Thank you very much, Lenny Scaletta. He's our cameraman. We've got our man, Ben Martin. He is our director. My name is Todd Harmon, and you have been watching Somerville Highlander Hockey on Somerville Ed TV.